Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Software Engineer K here, and we are going to be going through a very interesting update with regards to one of Ecomi's very first investors and why their situation right now makes me extremely bullish when you apply it to the wider market. We're also going to be looking at a quick update with the upcoming Comic-Con. So we have had a press release from Marvel today, and just a quick overview of the price, because the price has been seeing some huge movements. We've seen a bit of a confirmation on our trend as well, so we're just going to be touching through that. So first off, really important is Ecomi is currently a privately held company. As we know, it doesn't trade publicly on a stock exchange or anything, and Ecomi, you know, as many startups, it was VC backed. Specifically, now I don't have access to see all of this information, but you know, just on a free version of PitchBook, I can see, you know, kind of like the, I guess, generally important information. So we know that they were early stage VC backed. You know, with one investor. We can go through who that is. You know, 2017, 24 employees. I don't know how up to date this is now, but the point is we can kind of have a look at some of this information now. If we go down, you know, PitchBook, they do kind of show us some of Ecomi's competitors, you know, so companies of similar size operating in the same industry, that kind of thing. And, you know, Bitski comes up based in San Francisco. It comes up with the team, so David Yu, Dan Crovers, Michael Duffy, and then the board of members. So if we go down, fortunately, because there is only one VC that, you know, we know as far as, you know, this goes, it's one that we have seen before, but we never like really got to like learn too much about it. Is TitanBlock. So TitanBlock is a venture capital minority holding, so I'm guessing they don't have too much equity in the company. Maybe, you know, they have some OMI as well as equity. You know, a lot of VCs did that. So if we have a look at TitanBlock's website now, actually, let's just go through the PitchBook first. So again, it kind of describes they have, you know, 6 different investments. They've exited out of one of them, so they've got 5 left. I'm not sure what it was that they exited out of, but we can see here, you know, they got Checked, Ecomi, Penta. So if we go to the actual website for TitanBlock, let's see. Okay, so very interesting site. But if we go to their portfolio, you can see that the first thing that comes up on their portfolio is Ecomi. Now this is extremely bullish for me, right? So they're not hiding or anything, you know, they're quite transparent. Ecomi, and then they've invested in Checked, Credential Master. So these are all like kind of upcoming Web3 based platforms, or related to Web3 in some way. Quant, you know, this is a quite popular one, and Evanim, is this the identity one? Yeah. So complete control of the digital identity, where privacy is basic human right, etc. So they, you know, they're clearly quite passionate about and Radix as well. So they clearly are looking into investing into innovation, and specifically in the Web3 space. Now, why is this hugely bullish for me, right? Is if I go back, so initially it was 2017 when, you know, a lot of these VCs were investing, and, you know, 2017 was about 5 years ago. So what VCs we commonly experience is a lot of them will tend to, you know, buy in early, get their money, you know, get their profit, and then cash out. And this happens all the time with startups. Now, we did see a huge rise in, you know, the wave of the crypto bull market, and TitanBlock seems to have held through that. And, you know, now we're kind of in a bit of a bear market, and TitanBlock is still holding, and they've been holding for about 5 years, which is a very long time for, you know, a lot of VCs nowadays. And it's still, you know, happily showing Ecomi as part of their portfolio. So what that goes to show me is, you know, yes, a lot of VCs, they will try and secure their initial capital back as fast as possible, get their profit in, but clearly TitanBlock, they see Ecomi having, you know, not even started their real growth phase yet, you know, 5 years in. Given that they're VCs and they're still holding, strong throughout everything that we've seen in the market, especially right now with, everything that's been happening with inflation and unemployment, even recession. So that to me, again, compared to all the other projects I've kind of seen where, early stage VC back ones where, the VCs will dump on everyone, this is extremely, extremely bullish for me. So I would say, if you were to kind of infer from the same sort of position that they are at, where if they're not even seeing Ecomi being, truly at even like a growth phase yet, you wouldn't want to sell anything when it's still growing, then yeah, we can infer that there's a long way to go. And I've kind of made points of this before. The largest market for Ecomi is in Asia. They haven't even touched that yet. The best niches, like we haven't seen, true anime on the platform. We haven't seen, like really big, like, super mainstream artists yet. We haven't seen, like games yet, like as in gaming IP, even though that was in the list of example IPs that they showed us. There was that list in the article which they did actually end up deleting. It had things like, Nintendo on there, Riot Games, and then it had like artists like Banksy, and then it covered anime like Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon. We have seen some of the stuff on the article now come true, but a lot of the stuff, like, we are kind of going through a bit of a checkbox exercise, so there is still a lot to come. Now, on the point of big IP, Marvel has now announced that they are at Comic-Con. They've given a bit more details, and here it doesn't really look too big, but it is in the fine print. As a bullet point, a closer look at a full line of VeVe premium licensed digital collectibles from Marvel. Now, if you read through this article, like, okay, they've mentioned VeVe, but it doesn't look that big. Well, if we have a look, I believe it is O'Milly on Twitter. Let's just see. He did share. Okay, yes. So here we go. Here's an image of what the booth should be looking like. So we can see, they're still kind of setting it up, but that's pretty significant, right? Like, they've got VeVe right next to Marvel, literally. And I know when they were at I can't remember, it was like another expo, but they used like Ron English's stuff, stuff that isn't as well known, and it's good to see that like for this they've literally blown up all of the kind of Marvel mighties. They've got the Black Panther there, the FA4. We can see Silver Surfer, which is going to be dropping this San Diego Comic-Con. So they've actually, properly marketed this quite well. And I think, that hype is kind of what is causing OMI to sort of veer off what you would expect from the TA perspective. So on that point with OMI price, so as we can see, yesterday we did say we wanted to see OMI break and close above that key point of resistance, as well as continue, trading outside of this upper bound region that we were in when we were trading at a downwards channel. And, like we said earlier, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, and the fourth one we did break out. And it looks like, we are coming up to a rally which could see us come all the way back up to 0.28 cents. Now, that rally I think might be very short-lived, just because next week is the Fed meeting, and that is where we're expecting bearish news. However, Bitcoin, we could see a short-term reversal, and that could be enough, as well as all of the hype around VeVe and OMI right now in the short term, to push us back up to 0.28. At that point, I would if you've been buying at these lows, it might be advisable to take a bit of profit. Obviously not financial advice, but if you're kind of not just going to stack and hold, then I would say 0.28 is a pretty decent range to take a bit of profit at. But that being said, OMI still has a very long way to go. We haven't seen 1.2 cents since last year March. I believe we will surpass that range on the next bull cycle very easily, with OUP in place, which should then allow bigger exchanges to come in. So yeah, we got a lot of good stuff to look forward to. A lot of bullish news, a lot of bullish indicators for OMI, but I'm hoping the price does come back down to kind of like between 0.1 to 0.14 cents, in that range. I would like to accumulate more. Now it's kind of at 0.18. trading around there, which is a bit annoying, but you know, it is what it is. So just have to kind of continue dollar cost averaging. But yeah, that's everything I want to go through with you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, support the content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.